Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm hopefully going to offer you a little bit of inspiration, some motivation. As always, we're going to talk about the rehearsal process. So if you're curious to find out my thoughts and a little story time, stick around and let's get started. Now, I always share from personal experience. Yesterday was actually International Dance Day, September 16th. And as many of you know, if you've been here for a little bit and been following my journey on YouTube, I am an ex-pro dancer. I am a ballet teacher, a business owner. I teach bar fitness. Dance has been part of my life for a very long time, since I was about 4.5 years old. I'm currently 42, so if you do the math, that's a very long time. It has a very special place in my heart. So yesterday I was thinking about the rehearsal process. I was thinking about everything that goes into that, to leading up to that big performance. There's, getting your casting, there's starting those rehearsals, learning choreography. You have a specific role. Let's say we have Nutcracker coming up and you've been cast as Clara, and you really have to figure out what it means to be Clara and embody that role. You're spending hours upon hours, like I said, learning choreography and perfecting these movements so that you can go on stage and you can deliver the most amazing, heartfelt, passionate performance that you can possibly give. Many pieces that go into that leading up to the performance, even going to the stage and having your theater week where you're blocking and you're just spending so much time putting your heart and soul into this. And then you're giving a little piece of yourself to the audience with your final performance. But it doesn't stop there, because then you're back in the studio, you're rehearsing again, you're learning and taking on new roles, and you're constantly perfecting your craft. It's exactly what it requires for you to reach your goal, no matter what it is, no matter what it relates to. Be in the rehearsal process. If you don't have the skills, figure out a way to get the skills. Have an idea, but you don't know how to bring that idea to light, hire a coach. I want to tell you guys a little story, a wonderful story, a heartfelt story I felt. It gave me all the good feelings. I go to this grocery store. It's a smaller grocery store. It's close to my house. It's family owned. I go there very, very regularly, sometimes 3 to 4 times a week. So you get to kind of know everybody that works in there. It's a very small environment, as I mentioned. And there's one particular cashier. She's probably, I would say she's a younger gal. I mean, I'm 42, so she's probably in her 30s or so. She's kind of quiet, very reserved. She's nice, but she isn't somebody who typically has the conversations as you're going through the line. She's just like, hi, how are you? Your basics. About a month or so ago, I went in to get some groceries and I did a pretty big haul. I got a lot of stuff. I had my cart really, really full. So I'm putting all my groceries on there and I can see a change in her. I can see that she's kind of like more lit up. She's more excited. There's just something about her. When you can feel someone's energy and someone's vibe a little bit. And I could just tell there was something a little different that day. So as I'm putting all my groceries on there, she stops and she looks at me and she says, "What do you do for a living?" Just so random. Like, we have never really had a conversation before, except for like the casual hi and bye and thank you type of situation. So, she's engaging me. So I tell her, I do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that. I got a YouTube channel. I teach bar, I teach ballet. I'm an entrepreneur, do a little reselling. So I'm kind of giving her the lowdown on what I do. And I can see her just smiling and she's lighting up and she says, "I'm going to be a life coach. I'm actually enrolled in some courses right now and I'm going to change direction and I'm going to be a life coach." And I lit up at this point because I'm so excited for her. We don't even know each other, but now we're having this conversation and we're both excited. And I'm telling her how wonderful it is that she's taking this new challenge on in her life to better herself, to make a career change. And you see somebody like that when they embark on a brand new, exciting adventure, and you can see and feel the energy and the happiness and the excitement that comes from you. You can't help but get excited back. She's telling me that she's finishing up her courses right now, and she's going to start taking on some kind of like training calls to just practice, rehearsing, and working on her skills, if you will. Okay, chatting back and forth for a little while about this. And at the very end of it, she looks at me and she says, "I'd love to take a class from you. I love ballet. I danced when I was growing up, but it's been a really long time and I absolutely love the challenge of ballet." So she asked me for my information. So I write down my information on a little piece of paper that she gave me, just mostly my Instagram and my YouTube, so she can take a class with me. And I'm on about my day, and I left there just feeling inspired, actually, feeling inspired. And it reminded me why I started doing what I was doing years ago, why I created my business. I am sitting here and sharing this information with you today. It reminded me to look back at the rehearsal process, how much goes into that rehearsal process, that learning of skills, that connecting with other people. We might start with an idea, but we don't know how to reach that end goal. That's when networking with others, that's when hiring a coach, like I said, that's when listening to a podcast or reading books or really challenging yourself to dive deep into that rehearsal process can really, really pay off. None of us start as masters. We all have to start somewhere. We have to be in that rehearsal process. So we're going to fast forward a little bit. So I didn't hear from her, like a month went by. I had gone in there, gotten groceries, didn't see her. We weren't there at the same times. So about 2 days ago, I go in there and I walk in, and I'm going through, there's like a little produce aisle and I see her behind the counter and she actually leaves the counter, comes walking over to me, like speed walking over to me with another little piece of paper. And she says, I lost your information. Can you please write it back down? I really want to take a class with you. So I'm like, sure. So I'm writing it down. And as I'm writing it, I ask her, how's your life coaching business going? She's like, I'm finishing my classes. I started taking on my training calls. I'm so excited for it. And she still has this like true heartfelt joy and excitement. And we're smiling at each other. And I'm like, okay, great. I'll talk to you about it a little bit more as I finish my grocery shopping. So I took my time kind of grocery shopping. I didn't have my son with me. So I'm just really enjoying my free mom time a little bit. And I'm reflecting on that. And I'm thinking about walking through, mindlessly just throwing things into my cart at this point. How important it is to have a passion and to feel like you have a purpose in life, to wake up every single day and to feel that joy and excitement that you are working towards bettering your life or changing your life or taking the first step in the right direction to starting your business. Just having something that you can feel excited about is so, so important. So I actually missed her. I made it back around and her shift had ended. She was gone. So I didn't get to chat with her. I'm sure we're going to catch up very regularly, whether or not she comes and takes a class with me. I am so interested to catch up with her when I go in to do my grocery shopping again. It is such a rehearsal. We are never fully done. We are never fully ready for that big performance. It's constant work. It's applying ourselves. It's getting the resources. It's educating ourselves. It's down every single day and gaining those communication skills like I'm doing by sharing this with you on my YouTube channel. My ultimate goal at some point in my life would be able to do some public speaking. I know I'm not quite there yet. I know I have a long way to go, but I'm in the rehearsal process. I'm practicing every single day. I'm writing speeches down. I have ideas and some things that I really want to bring to light in the next couple of years, but I know that I have to dedicate myself and I have to do the work on my skills and I have to be constantly learning and growing. I hope this provided you guys a little bit of inspiration. I love sharing personal story times. I think it's the only way I know how to share. I have a couple more cool stories. I'm the type of person who, for some reason, people talk to me. I don't know what it is. I'm not a super duper people person, if I'm being honest. I'm not someone who typically recharges my batteries by being around others. I'm somebody who kind of needs to be alone to recharge my batteries. For some reason, I go places and people tend to talk to me. So I do have a few more stories to tell you. Again, I hope you guys did get some value from this video. I hope it kind of supercharged you in the right direction. Be in the rehearsal process, open-minded to new connections, to learning new things, to hiring a coach, to gaining the skills to put you on the path to your ultimate performance. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video.